This is the date pudding, and this is how I made it. It all starts with a date. For this recipe you need Mould dates. Start by removing the center bit. If you can get dates that already bitted for you, then that's great. You can skip this step and go to the next one. The amount of date you need for this recipe is about 1 pound, which is roughly 400 grams. As for the type of dates you can use other than Mould, you can use any type of dates that's soft and brown in color. Any date that's hard shell or yellow in color will not work in this recipe. On top of the dates, sprinkle about a teaspoon of baking soda. Add in some hot water. The amount of water you need is the amount that will take to cover the dates completely. Let it soak for 10 minutes. Make sure it's completely submerged. While the dates soak, set them aside. Get a bowl to mix in your wet ingredients. Add in 1 stick of unsalted butter. Add in about 1 cup of brown sugar, which is roughly about 100 grams. Mix in the brown sugar and the butter. You could definitely benefit here from having a room temperature butter, but my thought process was I could use a cold butter because I already have a warm water from the dates that I will be adding in. It will be enough to melt the butter and not warm enough to cook the eggs. You get the picture. You will see the result later on the video. Then add in the eggs. 4 medium-sized eggs. Set this bowl aside and let's get back to the dates. By this time the dates should be softened. You can either smash them with a simple fork or you can use an immersion blender to soften them up. This is what they should look like, all mashed and slurry, with no large bits. Now we go back to the brown sugar, butter, egg mixture and add to it 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, which is about 300 grams. And 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Mix all those ingredients up. Then add in your date mixture. A third at a time. Then you should have a batter that looks like this. Now it's time to pour in the batter into the mold, and I chose the simple rectangle cake mold. Spray in some non-stick spray. Even though this brand of cake mold has a special tray where you can remove the pudding very easily, I chose to spray it with non-stick spray, just in case. Now you can pour in the batter. Take it to the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 180 degrees Celsius, for half an hour. After half an hour, your cake should be ready, and this is the result. In case you were wondering how well the lift tray worked, well, it works perfectly well. Here is the result. You can definitely lift the pudding easily. Now it's time to portion the cake, and lucky for me, this cake mold is excellent, and I have this. Which I can divide into good size rectangular pieces. For this pudding, you can definitely serve it up by itself or with some vanilla ice cream, syrup like chocolate syrup or caramel syrup. It goes really well with this recipe. Considering that the sugar level is low, about a half a cup, you might want to adjust the sweetness to your taste with the extra ice cream or syrup. Thank you for watching till the end. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to the channel and giving us a thumbs up and sharing the video with your friends.